Well, hello again, folks, and welcome to another Shell Busey House Smart Coffee Break. Today we're going to be talking about something that will be quite interesting. I'm sure you'll find that one of our referral members here in the Greater Vancouver area makes available, and that is glass. Glass that you can break it accidentally or you can have it replaced. But let's get into glass. But first of all, let me introduce Brent Chapman, owner-operator of White Rock Glass, right here in sunny South Surrey, White Rock.
Good morning, Shell.
But also you got another one.
We do.
Where's that located?
Aldergrove A1 Glass out in Aldergrove.
Aldergrove, A1. But you know, Brent, talking about glass, it's always interested me as to the change in glass over the years. Mm-hmm. You hear heat sensitive, you hear heat mirror, you hear thermal, you hear insult, you hear all these different things, and low E and low E squared and all those, and argon filled and all the different things. And I don't want to take that much time today talking about that particular aspect, but where is glass going? It's really went from 0 to about 100 inside of very few years.
Right. So mostly now you have low E glass in most of your applications. When you buy windows right from the manufacturer, they come with low E.
Low E.
Yeah. The argon gas, it's not really something we need here.
Yeah.
And it does dissipate out of the unit after time, so we don't supply it very often.
So it's not something that really it's inert anyway.
Yeah.
So therefore it's not harmful.
Right.
A lot of people, when they hear gas, they immediately think, oh gosh, it's going to explode, or what is this going to do? Yeah. And the understanding of argon is it's an inert gas that stops transfer of cold to heat,
right,
and heat to cold. But the E coating is really, can you explain that in very simple terms?
It's a coating that they put on the inside of the first pane, in other words the pane that's on the outside of the house, and it cuts down the heat transfer, and it also insulates for the cold, that it doesn't get out. So
when you get Insulglass being low E glass and installed in a vinyl frame instead of the old original aluminum frames, the conductivity of vinyl versus that of aluminum, there's so much a change that when you change the entire window out, then there is quite a significant saving in energy.
There is. The low E is such a good insulator that sometimes you will find we'll get a call and say, hey, my new window's fogging up, but it's actually it's fogging up a little bit on the inside because it's insulating so much now that the transfer isn't happening. So we just have to tell people to circulate.
Yeah, and then you bring up a good point there, that there's a lot of homes built back, let's say back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and they're not really old homes by any means, but now they're having new windows installed, vinyl windows with low E Insulglass, whereas what's coming out is single aluminum frames with single glazed or double glazed glass, but not Insulglass. And there is quite a significant difference, because a lot of homeowners will phone me and they'll say, hey Shell, I never had condensation on my windows before, but now I do have, and the old windows weren't even insulated.
Right.
And I say, well, yeah, because you were a leaker.
Yes.
There was more air leaking out of your house because of the old aluminum frames than the vinyl.
That's right.
But tell me, do you get involved when you get out to replace a glass, for an example? I know you're not into the complete replacement of windows, but you're in the replacement glass. But when you're replacing glass, are you advising people about ventilation?
Yes, we try to. When we're selling them, we try to say don't keep your drapes closed, because that causes condensation. And if you have electric heat, get a fan, because you have to keep that air circulating in the room. It's stagnant air, it'll just condensate. It'll condense and cause mold
as soon as it meets that dew point.
Right.
And I quite often give the answer when I'm out doing shows, and that is that picture yourself taking a coffee and getting into your car in the morning and it's cold outside. And as soon as you close the door, what happens?
Right.
Well, they say the windows fog up. And what do? You roll the window down a little bit, turn the defrosters on, and away you go off to work or wherever you're going. You can't do that with your house. You can open the window, or as you say, put a fan in there. So it's quite interesting. But when you're dealing with people like White Rock Glass, and it makes a difference when you people go out and explain that sort of thing. So that's why, folks, good, better, best. Why worry about the rest? White Rock Glass has all that information that they pass on to you. Now, White Rock Glass is not only replacement glass. I mean, you're into a whole lot of things. What about shower doors?
We do a lot of heavy glass frameless shower doors. That's a big part of our business, and we do that mostly for renovations. A lot of people are keeping their homes, and they're renovating their bathrooms, so we will do the big heavy glass shower doors and the mirrors and frame mirrors as well.
And a beautiful job, I might add, in the renovation that we just did recently.
Yes.
And I know you do a lot of them for the home improvement division as well.
Right.
But, glass, you got 6 mil, you got 10 mil, you got 12 mil. What is the most common?
The most common is 10 mil.
10 mil. So that's the frameless, that it will have handles and robe hooks and everything.
Right.
Pre-drilled and then tempered, so therefore you got all the safety that you would require in a bathroom.
Right. So when we come out, we'll explain all the different types of hardware, different shapes of handles, towel bars, robe hooks, and you make your decision, and we custom make everything.
What about steam rooms?
We do lots of steam rooms with a transom above the door. It's a very common practice now, and I have a steam room, and I love it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it sure gives that healthy feeling afterwards.
It does,
It takes all that,
takes all that stress away.
Stress away, you got it, you got it. Skylights.
Yes, so we'll get a call quite often where their old plexiglass bubble skylights broken down and they have leaking. We can replace that whole metal skylight unit, and we will usually put it in with a flat low E glass. So again, we get the call that my skylight's getting condensation on the inside, but it's air circulation. But we can match the same bubble with a nice new low E flat glass skylight.
Not only will they gain by the energy efficiency, but also gain from the comfort where they don't get that heat generated.
Right, and it's an updated look.
Yeah.
So the plexiglass, there's really no insulation.
Yeah, I could never understand why they ever sold those anyway, because they sure as heck weren't energy efficient by any means.
No.
They were the worst they could possibly have. Now, automotive glass, I know, is a big business in any glazing company today. Automotive glass, there's a whole lot of changes. In fact, just before we started doing this interview, we were talking about the new sensors now that automotive makers are putting in there. And these sensors are aftermarket type of sensors when it comes to replacing glass.
Yes, they can be.
Now, do you take care of all that ICBC stuff?
We do. So a person can come into our store and they'll show us their insurance, whether it's ICBC, Canadian Direct, Federation. There's many different companies.
Yeah.
We will contact the company and we can start the claim right there. You don't have to go through a claim center. If you need to phone a certain insurance company, you're more than welcome to use our phone, and we'll do everything right there for you. And when we make your appointment, we can also give you a courtesy car.
Wow, that's
so you have something to drive. You don't have to get a ride or anything like that. So we look after that.
Well, then there's all these insurances now, these claims that you can buy, ICBC and Canadian Direct, and as you say, all the others that will require new parts, not replacement parts.
Right.
So, but there are times, and I've run into it over the years, that you just can't buy a replacement part. So it's going to be new no matter which way you look at it.
Right. And we look after all that for you.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you do. I had a car for a couple of days there because having trouble getting one of the panes of glass that was broken in the vehicle.
That's right, yeah.
What about chip in windows?
Chip repairs, we are a partner of Novus Glass Repair, and I have seen the repairs. Our technicians are fully trained by an expert, and the vision you get through the chip is almost invisible. I don't want to say it is invisible, but it is very, very, very clear.
Very clear.
Yeah, good quality repairs.
Yeah, well, the one that you did for me was top drawer. It
thank you.
really looked good. Commercial glass. Get into the commercial
we will,
business?
Yes, we will get into, if somebody calls us and says, I need a a glass door installed into my store, or a break-in. We'll replace the glass for break-ins. Sometimes we will get people who want to take an old single glazed storefront out and put a double glazed storefront back in. We'll look after that. We don't do the large projects,
Right.
but we'll do a door or a set of double doors and side windows. And
The glazing business has changed over the years.
yes,
And White Rock Glass is no different than anywhere. You know, your demand, your requests, you got to get ready for it and do it. In fact, right now, like custom orders, I've got a dining room table. It's got a big round glass, or I've got a picture frame that's got beveled glass, all that stuff, and that's all available.
we look after all that. We will take a template of your table. The most not the most popular. One of the very popular things is in the winter when people leave their patio tables out, and the wind catches the umbrella and knocks over the table.
Yeah,
We do many of those.
yeah, because they're tempered glass.
Because they're tempered
They
glass.
just go to a million
Yeah.
pieces.
So we'll take the template and we'll send it in, get it all tempered in whatever glass you want. There's gray, there's bronze, clear, pattern glass. We'll do
What
whatever,
about
whatever you need.
rounded radius glass
Yeah.
in a china cabinet or curio cabinet?
Yeah, if we get a request for radius shelves, we can look after all that as well.
Wow. Well, you see, folks, White Rock Glass, they do it all with class. Hey, now there's a real addition to that. But, folks, speaking here with Brent Chapman of White Rock Glass, located on right on King George Boulevard, and not that far off of 152nd, which is your lead right off the highway, or from White Rock or South Surrey. But you can get in touch with White Rock Glass through our House Smart Home Services by simply calling 542-2236. That's 604-542-2236. Or just go to our website and go directly to White Rock Glass at askshell.com. So, you know, folks, take it from me. Good, better, best. Why worry about the rest? When the good is better, the better is best. And Brent, you're one of the best.
Thanks, Shep.
Thank you very, very much for coming in. And thank you, folks, for watching. And it's always been nice to hear the comments about our videos on our members. So keep up the good work, keep using our services, and we will be just as happy to take care of you every problem that you have. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.